Hello and good day, pre-algebra. Going over our final objective of the unit, CO57, finding a percent of change. So this unit in particular has a whole bunch of formulas that you're going to need to know for the test. So a help sheet is not only going to be helpful, but almost required. You've got a percent of increase, you've got a percent of decrease, you've got now a percent of change, and then of course you've got the proportion or the equation from CO56. So this is going to be another formula that you're going to want to get down on a help sheet in preparation for the test. And what we're looking for here is we are not looking to increase or decrease a value by a percentage, like in 54 and 55. What we're looking for here is what percent did the values change? What percentage did it increase? What percentage did it decrease? So it's kind of the opposite of what we did in 54 and 55. So for examples, we'll go over all of them. It says last year's 8th grade class had 40 students. This year's class is 50. What is the percent of increase from last year to this year? It went up by 10 students. Yes. But what percentage was that? Right? Because starting at 40 and going up by 10 is very different than starting at 1,000 and going up by 10, right? If you already have 1,000 students going up by 10, isn't that much of a change? Going from 40 up 10, that's a pretty significant change. So we look at the percentage. The total snowfall in winter of last year was 47 inches. This year was 28 inches. That's actually a fact. What is the percent of decrease from last year to this year? In 1998, a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew was 99 cents. True fact. In 2020, a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew was $1.89. I should say was $1.89 now. What is the percent of increase in price? In just 22 years, what percent of increase did it go up? And finally, the original price of an 8 gig iPhone, which came out in 2007, was $599. Today, you can buy one on eBay for $30. What is the percent of decrease in price? And this is why I have not yet bought a smartphone. I'm waiting for this $30 smartphone price on eBay, and then I'll get one. Just like I bought my first iPod last year. Okay, so going through these four situations, let's kind of take a look at what that entails. Okay, for the students, the formula that we're going to work with here is the difference between the values divided by the original value. Okay? Difference, of course, is a word that means what in math? What operation does difference mean? Not division. Seems like it should, right? Both start with DI, but not division. Subtraction. Okay? So difference means subtraction. We're going to be subtracting the values here. And then we're dividing by the original value. Now, sometimes it can be difficult to determine which one's the original value. It's not always the lesser of the two. It's not always the greater of the two. The original value is what came first. Okay? What came first? So in our question on the 8th grade class, if last year there was 40 students and this year there was 50 students, which of those numbers is the original? What happened first, the 40 or the 50? Whatever was last year, right? The 40. So in our formula, 40 is going to be our denominator because that's the original value. That's what happened first. And our numerator is going to be the difference between 40 and 50. And in this case, it's okay to just put the larger number first, right? So we don't have to worry about going to the negatives here. But the difference between 50 and 40 is 10. The original value was 40. What percentage is 10 over 40? You could set this up as proportions or equations, right? Because 10 over 40 is part over whole equals percent over 100. You could do it that way. You could set up an equation, 10 equals what percent times 40. That works too. Or, Pierce?
Is it 25%?
How'd you get 25%?
Well, I just simplified it to 1/4.
Sure. You could simplify this fraction. 10/40ths equals 1/4, which Pierce knows is equal to 25%. Or, since you can use a calculator on this part of the test, you could just take 10 divided by 40, as it says. That's going to give you 0.25, which you then convert to a percentage. Either way you slice it, it's going to be a 25%. Okay, we have all these different tools now that we can use here. Set up a proportion, use an equation, simplify the fraction, just use a calculator. Okay, they all work out. But it's a 25% increase from last year to this year. That's the bottom line here. Aiden.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this something new you're teaching us, or is this just like 45, 55, and like a bit of 56?
It is something new, but it's using what we've already done in a different way, right? We can use tools that we didn't have before, but now have at our disposal to get more information about something. Okay, so it is new. Yes, you probably have not seen this formula before, but how we can solve it, we can bring back a lot of stuff that we've been doing in the last week and a half. Okay, snowfall, 47 inches last year, 28 inches this year. What's the original? What is the denominator of our fraction going to be? What happened first? 47. Okay. And then our numerator, the difference between the values, we're going to subtract 47 and 28. Okay. 47 minus 28 is 19. 19 over 47. Now for this one, we can't really simplify it. It's not really a friendly number to work with here. You might set up a proportion. You could. You might set up an equation. You could. Personally, I would just go to my calculator and divide 19 by 47. The decimal is probably going to be nasty, okay, because 47 is not very friendly. Yeah, it's 0.40425539191. Ugh. How would we write this as a percentage? Pierce?
40%.
Yeah. Just move that decimal over to the right 2 spots and 40%. Drop off the rest of the decimal. Okay. Questions so far? Okay. The Mountain Dew. In 98, it was 99 cents. Now it's $1.89. What's our original value? Samara? 99 cents. That's what happened first. Okay. So 0.99 is going to be the denominator. Don't round up to 1. Okay. Keep it as 0.99. And then our numerator is going to be the difference between the values, $1.89 minus 99 cents. Okay? Which gives us 90 cents, or 0.9, over 0.99. So a 90-cent increase in 22 years, which when you divide this in your calculator, 0.90 divided by 0.99 gives us 0.90909090990 dot 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 dot. Goes on. So what would this as a percentage be? Be a little more careful now for this one. What would our percentage be? Pierce?
90%.
Ooh. John?
900.
Pierce?
91.
91%. Yeah. Since this is a 9 here, it would round up. You'd still move the decimal over 2 spots. That 9, in this case, is going to bump that 0 up to a 1. And so we would 91% increase. Wow. That's a lot. 22 years. 91%. Yes, Aiden.
So say that was on a test, you would have said 90%?
It would depend on. I don't know. To be safe, I would not accept 90%. There, I said it. Now, if I do accept it, it makes me look like a nice person, right? Yeah. Finally, the iPhone, originally a $599 item. That's going to be our denominator. That was the original price. But now you can buy it for $30. And so what's the percent of decrease? So $599 minus 30 divided by 599. That equals 569 divided by 599, which, again, especially given our numbers, I would just go to a calculator. Ooh, some of you are quick. I haven't even done yet. Okay? Samara, the decimal that you get is 0.9499165.275. Yeah, Samara said 95%. Move that over twice. That 9 bumps the 4 up to a 5. 95% decrease in price. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Okay, so that's the gist of 57. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Your homework, go to bed 50 minutes earlier than you normally would to be well rested for the only test that matters. That's how you math.